Jazz, are you ready to hit the road? Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes. I'm ready to hit the road again. Right in front of us, of course, is the eastern front of the Rocky Mountains. Look at that. We're driving into snow.
Yeah, but it seems like home.
Can you imagine how intimidating that would have been, though? Miles and miles of flatness coming across the prairie in your covered wagon or your hand cart, or heck, I guess even on your horse. And then all of a sudden you got that in front of you. You're like,
I love that.
how do I get through that? That pass from Walsenburg up here to the top was a climb, and obviously we're back up into the snow. I don't know what we're at, what elevation we're at now. No wonder all the RV parks are still closed in this area till May. Really not familiar with this area, but it looks like there's some camping spots up this dirt road. So I'm gonna run up the road and see if there's a place that we can camp overnight. This is BLM land. We're right outside the Great Dunes National Park. And as you can see, we found a fantastic free spot to camp here along the BLM Sacred White Shell Mountain area. This area is located just a few miles north along Highway 150 from its intersection with Highway 160, and it's about 15 miles south of the entrance to the Great Sand Dunes National Park. Angie and I spent 3 nights here, and there will be more about that later in the video. You are here at the Great Sand Dunes National Park. It can get as hot as 140 degrees here, so
That's crazy.
it's not going to be that hot today. And it says bears commonly roam through the campground here.
That would be cool.
I mean, it was because of winter weather? Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I know sometimes they get flooding in some of those canyons in Zion. Right.
And
So cool. There's people all the way up on the top.
so the sand dune behind us was created from a series of events, first starting with a volcano that erupted, and then there was a lake bed that formed,
Yeah, the whole area was a lake.
and of course that lake churned the remnants of the volcanic debris into this great sand dune behind us. So pretty cool. So it was a little bit different, you know, because of the pandemic. They're only allowing so many people inside the visitor center, and so you feel a little bit rushed because people are waiting.
Right.
And so in and out, got us a patch and a pin, but and there's some exhibits in there, but you just didn't feel comfortable spending much time looking at them because there's people waiting in line to.
And lots of little hands-on exhibits that are don't touch because of the pandemic.
Yeah. So, you know, that's funny because, you know, we've hit several places in the last few days and haven't run into that. But
it's busy here.
But it's a lot. It seems busier here than it has been at those other National Historic sites that we've been to recently. They got a little place to wash your feet off when you're done playing in the cat box.
It says they're out of order. I'm sure it has to do with COVID.
Oh yeah, probably.
Come on, turn the showers up.
So we spoke with the ranger who said that dogs were allowed to come out here on the sand dunes as long as they're leashed. So Jazz didn't have to sit in the truck, huh, Jasmine?
There's a lot of dogs out here.
And to wash my hands. No, you're not using the water to wash my hands.
Boo. So some of these crazy people are hiking all the way to the top.
We're not going to do that. bet you have a view of the other side.
Hi. Hi, Nina.
All right, well, it's sticker map time. We need to get caught up again. So we visited the antique archaeology in LeClaire, Iowa. So on goes Iowa. We visited the Gateway Arch National Park and took that amazing, kind of like being in a dryer. It's kind of like being in a dryer. If I was a little kid, my brothers would ever put me in a dryer, I think that's what it felt like. Of course, being the oldest, nobody
Did you
ever
put anybody in the dryer?
I don't remember ever putting anybody in the dryer.
I certainly hope not. That would be terrible.
So Missouri gets to go on. Got to meet up with Ryan and Kyle of K&R Destinations, and we also met up with Jerry Holly and Sherry Bolin of Jerry Holly and Fantastic Travels, while we spent 4 wonderful nights having food-gasms cooked by Kyle in Kansas. And not only that, we visited a couple of National Historic sites in Kansas and the Boot Hill Museum. Look at that!
I'm gonna do a close-up. You can move your hand. Oh, awesome.
So, for those that are keeping track, we still have yet to get to Alaska. I'm not sure how you do Hawaii in an RV. Angie and I have been to Hawaii 3 times. We've been to Alaska, but not in an RV. But then we've got Delaware sitting over here on the East Coast, and Nebraska and Oklahoma yet to hit. And right now we're somewhere in this area of Colorado, camping at about, I don't know, about 8,000 feet, I think. So
Probably. It's kind of chilly. It's
awesome.
good.
Yeah, it's supposed to get cold tonight, but that's okay. It can get cold. We're used to spending cold nights in our RV. It doesn't scare us when those overnight temperatures hit 0. Does it scare us?
No.
Yeah. All right, look at that. It is just filling up.
Go ahead.
So we just spent 3 nights here on Mount Blanca Road, which is about 15 miles south of the Great Sand Dune National Park entrance. Of course, inside the national park, there is a campground with a dump station and fresh water. We took advantage of getting some fresh water while we were in there visiting the park.
Which is another reason why we just love our jugs. Just haul them everywhere. That way you can grab water if you need it.
Right. So very convenient place to stay. We're in a nice big flat area the last several nights. We've had other people join us, which has been fine.
Yeah, we joined them to begin with.
Yes, we did. I rode the bike up the road here to make sure that it was a road that we could get our trailer up in here adequately, and it certainly was. And there was some people in a van parked in this area, and I asked them if they minded if we joined them on the opposite end of this big loop that you'll see in the video, and they said absolutely. They kind of expected that. And very nice people. And then we were joined by a couple of young kids that were from Atlanta, Caleb and I can't remember the other boy's name, but they're out exploring the country. Thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we gave them some advice about being out here in the West. But so this particular BLM land is right outside of Alamosa, Colorado as well, where you can get all the amenities. I mean, there's a Walmart there, and so a good option for those that are looking for a place to boondock in this area.
Initial plan was 1 day. We stayed 3. We had mostly sunny skies the entire time, so it was nice to have the sun and recharge and ourselves. Grab some vitamin D. Sean worked on videos a lot, but we needed to just stay put for a day or two and have not much on the list. Did some house cleaning and painted my toes, but nothing stressful or super important.
Seemed like we were go there for a while almost since we left Texas. I mean, we did spend 4 fantastic nights with Ryan and Kyle and Jerry and Sherry, but we've been go since we left Texas. Only stopping, for a night or 2 here and there. So it was nice to have a 3-night stay. That's more to what we like to travel anyway.
Right.
And now we're off to Moab. Well, hey everybody, this is where I'm going to end this one. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and follow Angie, Chaz, and I on our journey. Join us next week where we go up and over the Wolf Creek Path. 10,800 feet. It's still climbing. 807. Looks like we're finally at the top. 814. And of course, hairpin curves. And down we go. It's a high elevation pass in Colorado named one of the most dangerous in the state as we head on east to Moab. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road.